Stage 9 is finally done, but it did prove to be a little bit different. I left the Gratallops sort of mid-morning, midday, after just a quick sandwich there and something to drink. Intend to do the 60 odd kilometers into Mont Blanc and have a rest day there. I'd been thinking for quite a while about what I was going to do with the extra drone equipment I had with me, if I was going to send it back to Sweden and make my setup a little bit lighter, or if I was going to replace that with something else. I spent most of the day riding along, thinking about what I was going to do with the video and photography equipment, so much so that I actually didn't even take any videos or any photos during the whole day. It was a pretty brilliant ride. It was a little bit of hard work. It was pretty rough in some sections, but some really nice rides, a little bit of uphill, brilliant scenery, and especially the last 20 or so kilometers down into Mont Blanc were absolutely brilliant downhill ride. One of the better rides on the trail so far. When I finally arrived in Mont Blanc, I had a rest day, and during the day it was raining, and the forecast for the coming week was more rain. That's what finally made me decide that I was actually going to try to find a cheap flight, go back to Sweden, leave the extra drone gear and pick up a better camera. Said and done, I was really lucky and I managed to find a warm showers host, David, in Mont Blanc, where I could leave Betty while I was gone, and I found a cheap flight and off I went. I went back to Sweden, spent a few days there, as you've seen on the Stage 9 update earlier, and left some equipment there and picked up a better camera to have with me for the rest of the trip. I also picked up some spares, amongst other things, new brake pads, which proved to be really necessary, as the brake pads on the bike so far are more or less, well, not more or less, they are completely worn out. The rears have already gone all the way down to the metal, so it was about time to change those. It's been a lot of downhill, a lot of braking, so it's not all that surprising. Riding along section 9, I left Mont Blanc this morning. It's been some excellent riding, nice gravel tracks, a little bit of up and down, a bit of hard work, but the weather is absolutely brilliant. This just sort of weather I was expecting and hoping for here in Spain, and I'm really enjoying it. Sweating a lot, I'll have to remember to drink a lot of water, but yeah, it's great. So this section, I can really recommend it. I hope to do about 60 kilometers or something today, which means that I should be able to do about the same distance tomorrow and hopefully finish Stage 9 tomorrow. The weather forecast looks like it's going to be like this for the next week, so I hope my last week of riding in Spain is going to be full of absolutely brilliant weather. I intend to take it a bit easy, not to do too much, but just try to enjoy it. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Better get riding. There was a mixture of trails. There was a lot of gravel roads, there was some double track stuff, but there was also some pretty technical single track stuff, and some of it was really technical. I couldn't ride some of it because not so much because it was all that steep, but because there was such deep ruts in it that it was really difficult to stay on track. But all in all, it's been like a lot of the sections in Spain, definitely an off-road track, so if you're planning on doing it, you sort of really want to keep that in mind, but it's definitely worth it. It was sometimes pretty hard work, but I kept at it, and eventually, towards the afternoon, I made it down to a town called Igualada, I think. Can't really pronounce it all that well. Where I was actually going to meet somebody that had been following me on YouTube. I met Ricardo down there, and I sat down, had a talk with him while I had my dinner, and had a nice little chat, and then I was all ready to set off and leave town and try to find a campsite for the night. Just heading out of town, starting to look for a place to camp for tonight, and I just found a tap. I was able to rinse out my shirt, wash my face, and drink some water. It's been a really sweaty day, so it's been really necessary. Brilliant. Nice day so far. Really nice weather, but pretty sweaty. So now let's look for a campsite. I found a campsite unexpectedly early. I'd only just decided after I left town to start looking for a campsite. I was thinking maybe I'd do another 10 kilometers, another hour or so, but all of a sudden I saw this little forest here in between two main roads, nice and quiet. I think I'll be all right here, stay the night. It's a little bit windy, having a little bit of problems with the tent, doesn't really like the wind that much, but I should be all right. It's a little bit after 7 o'clock, it's about time to get ready, take it easy, and as I just rinsed out the shirt, I'm feeling pretty clean. It seemed like a good place to stop as any, and when you do find a good campsite, yeah, I've learned that it's important to use it and to not try to find another one all the time, because there usually isn't one. So I'm going to pack down after a day, a bit over 70 kilometers today. An interesting day, some hard work, some pushing uphill, some riding downhill, some really rough sections, really nice scenery. And tomorrow, I think the first 20 or so kilometers are going to be pretty much uphill as well, so I need some rest.
And then they're gone. I sit there stunned. A knock comes from the door and opens a crack.
Just packing up and getting ready to leave. Had a good night's sleep here. It was a nice place. It's a bit close to town, a couple of larger roads close by, but yeah, I was left alone. It's quite a nice place, and you can hear the birds. And I camped here on basically the edge of this cliff. Just a little bit of stuff to pack, and then I'll be ready to set off in what will hopefully be the last part of stage 9. slowly making my way out of Mont Blanc. Looks like it's going to be another brilliant day. Last couple of days have been pretty warm. I'm not going to complain after the rain and the cold that I've had previously. Yesterday ended up being quite a short day. I only did about 35 kilometers. I was feeling surprisingly tired after after the day leaving Mont Blanc. So when I reached Mont Blanc, I had lunch and then thought about what I was going to do. And as I was feeling tired, and I've decided that this trip is all about enjoying it, I decided to stay the night here, take it easy, rest up, and try to feel a little bit better today. I've also started to develop some pretty bad saddle sores after the first day, so I thought that would be good to give them a bit of a rest as well. So, and don't worry, I'm not going to show you a picture of what it looks like. Heading out of here, to my left I have big mountain range. It looks really spectacular. Every time I see this when I'm in the Barcelona area, I think that it looks like a backdrop to a Lord of the Rings film. It's going to be a pretty tough start today, heading up to Moia, and I think it will be more or less uphill all the way, but I'll take it easy, enjoy the ride, and just see how far I get today. Today should definitely be the last day of stage 9, and I hope to start stage 10. I finally made it into Moia. I only stopped there for a quick drink, a cup of coffee, and then I headed out straight away on section 10, the last section in Spain.